afternoon to all our viewers. You're watching live and breaking at 2 p.m. I'm Suesha Savan. Shivangi joins me on the broadcast as we get you the very latest on the second phase of polling that started this morning at 7 a.m. It will go on till 6 p.m. We also get you the latest numbers in terms of the voter turnout in the 13 states, as this day will seal the fate for over 1,200 candidates and who are contesting on 88 seats, Shivangi.
Absolutely, Suesha. And 34.8 lakh first-time voters will be voting today. And we are seeing that some states are very important, especially when it comes to Karnataka and Kerala. These two are very important states because a lot is at stake for both the BJP and the Congress in these two states. Now, we're getting some significant setback for the EVM doubters. The Supreme Court has rejected the plea seeking 100% cross-verification of the EVM data with vote verifiable paper audit trail record. So this is a very big update which had come in a short while back, Suesha.
Absolutely. And in an exclusive news break, Republic has accessed the Supreme Court order copy. In fact, our legal editor, Rhythm Anand Bhardwaj, who also got us all the details of what the court said as they dismissed that plea. Before that, Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor also spoke to legal luminary Mahesh Jethmalani on what he thought of the court's verdict. Let's listen in to what he said.
Talking about this particular judgment that comes in from the Supreme Court, I think Justice Datta put it brilliantly when he said this culture of trust needs to be there. It's a message also to the vultures, to the lobby out there, to stop this malicious propaganda. How are you looking at this judgment today, sir?
This was a petition which is based purely on suspicion, as the court itself pointed out. And it's not justifiable suspicion. The problem, Rhythm and Abhishek, is that this is now an attempt to cast doubt on an inevitable verdict. That's how I see it. Because, it's quite clear to everybody now, right, that Prime Minister Modi is in for a fairly substantial majority. So, this is to cast doubt, and not only to cast doubt, is to suggest that our democracy and our electoral process, right, for the world, it's a signal to the world, is somehow flawed and capable of being tampered and is being tampered. So, I think it's a very bad message. These are bad losers. Let me tell you, they know in advance that they're losing. Prashant Bhushan is an eternal dissenter, right? He's had a lot of space when the UPA government has been in power, but his shrinking space is now beginning to seriously bother him. So he takes up these issues, right? And, because of his presence in the Supreme Court, the court does entertain him. But, a lot of times the petition which he files are both frivolous, right, and have been dismissed. Sometimes the court has even, expressed disappointment with the contents of the petition.
Mr. Jethmalani.
So this is a pattern, but the unfortunate part is what happens is it undermines our image of our democracy. So they're casting a slur on our democratic process. Absolutely. It's a very anti-national move, in my opinion.
Absolutely, yes, Mr. Jethmalani. In fact, first Congress reaction has come in.
Abhishek, before I let you ask the question in your mind to him, sir, this is not the first attempt. In 2017, we saw how Kejriwal had tried to do this. He also tried to, cause a lot of grievance to the Election Commission when he came forward and he actually challenged them. The Election Commission at that time said, we'll also have a hackathon. We challenge you to try and hack into our machines. In 2019, Chandrababu Naidu tried to do this. The India opposition, like you're mentioning, is trying to do this. But what is very clear is the Election Commission has today come forward and stated in exact details, which we're putting on our screen, that there is nothing that can be tampered with. All the EVM's results are kept in a secure place. They are sealed. The directions have been given from the Supreme Court also today on this, sir.
Yes, Rhythm, but also remember, not only the Election Commission is being summoned time and time again before the Supreme Court. This is not the first time the Supreme Court has entertained such a petition. In 2019, I think it was the Constitutional Court which examined the whole issue. So, these people are just sort of, laboring their case and repeatedly making attempts to, get some order which casts aspersion on our electoral system. That's the unwholesome part of what they are attempting to do. So this is also, it has already been gone through threadbare by a Supreme Court bench in the past. Right? This is now just churning old things because of disgruntlement, right? And clutching at pieces of straw.
You think they're really clutching at straws because the first reaction of the Congress party has come in by way of a post from Jairam Ramesh. And I'm just quoting it and then your reaction. He says that the Congress was not a party directly or indirectly to the petition on VVPATs, which has been rejected by the Supreme Court today. We have taken note of the verdict of the two-judge bench, but our political campaign on the greater use of VVPATs to increase public trust in the electoral process will continue. This is the same Congress party whose leaders, both Priyanka and Rahul, have added the caveat that if the EVMs don't malfunction, the BJP might get 150 or 180 seats.
Yes, I mean, they have actually said, right? It's the Jairam Ramesh has been sobered up by the Supreme Court decision today. But prior to that, both of them preempted the Supreme Court decision by saying, in fact, we have a faulty EVM system. Both of them said that. And if you got rid of this EVM system, right, and perhaps even went back to the ballot box system, the result might be quite different from what we are going to get now, right? So these are all pre-loss excuses being churned out, Abhishek. This is all a predetermined attempt. And don't forget, right? These are all fellow travelers. You mentioned Kejriwal. Kejriwal and Prashant Bhushan were once upon a time fellow travelers, and they're cut from the same cloth. Their ideology is one of anarchy and nihilism. They want to undermine our democratic system.